In this Chronicles, we will be talking about the Baphomet. The Baphomet is another name for Lucifer, who is the god that the Masons worshipped when they were still called the Knights Templar. According to co-founder Albert Pike's book, Morals and Dogma, the god of the Freemasonry is Lucifer. Albert Pike issued this statement defining Freemasonry on July the 14th, 1889, to the 23rd Supreme Councils of the world. This is what he said. That which we must say to the crowd is, we worship a God, but it is the God one adores without superstition. To you, sovereign grand instructors general, we say this, that you may repeat it to the brethren of the 32nd, 31st, and 30th degrees. The Masonic religion should be by all of us initiates of the higher degrees, maintained in the purity of Luciferian doctrines. Albert Pike. Did you hear that? Those is in the higher degrees held Lucifer as their God. You see, throughout history, the Masons have been at the helm of every decision that has affected America. The Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, and countless other families have controlled the money for decades, thus affording them great power and rendering them untouchable. These people are psychotic and would resort to the lowest level to keep and increase their power and influence over every one of us. We all know that Bush lied about those weapons of mass destruction in order to start a war that would line the pockets of the Illuminati Freemasons that really run this country.
You fell to your stomach when you found out there were no weapons of mass destruction. Can you bring me to that moment? Did someone walk in and say, we've stopped looking, they're not there? Who was it? How did that happen?
It just kind of was, it evolved. The fact that there wasn't weapons evolved. I mean, when we first got in there, started looking around and didn't find anything, you get that kind of sinking feeling that, uh-oh. And then time went on, and then we got tips, I'll never forget the tip that there was crates buried, hidden in the Euphrates River. So they found, maybe these are them, and they've sent frogmen, and there was nothing there. And so, and then of course George Tenet had the inspectors go back in, or David Kay and Dulfer, and that pretty well was a period at the end of the sentence there. And yeah, I felt terrible about it. And on the other hand, those reports did point out that Saddam Hussein was very dangerous, that he had the capacity to make weapons, and I'm convinced that if he were in power today, the world would be a lot worse off.
So don't you find it odd that particularly all of Hollywood's major players were behind this man? These are the people with the most control over the masses, as they are the ones we follow. We actually look to them for guidance on what we should be wearing and saying, which is why if you are a celebrity and you want to have fame, you have to pay a very great deal price indeed. But when it's all said and done, who they work for is the beast of Revelations chapter 13.
Then I stood on the sand of the sea, and I saw a beast rising up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and on his horns 10 crowns, and on his heads a blasphemous name. Now the beast which I saw was like a leopard, his feet were like the feet of a bear, and his mouth like the mouth of a lion. The dragon gave him his power, his throne, and great authority. And I saw one of his heads as if it had been mortally wounded, and his deadly wound was healed. And all the world marveled and followed the beast. So they worshipped the dragon who gave authority to the beast. And they worshipped the beast, saying, Who is like the beast? Who is able to make war with him? And he was given a mouth, speaking great things and blasphemies. And he was given authority to continue for 42 months. Then he opened his mouth in blasphemy against God, to blaspheme his name, his tabernacle, and those who dwell in heaven. It was granted to him to make war with the saints, and to overcome them. And authority was given him over every tribe, tongue, and nation. All who dwell on the earth will worship him, whose names have not been written in the book of life, of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world. If anyone has an ear, let him hear.
And they work for the whore, which is the beast of Revelations 13 and 1. They work for the whore of Revelations, concealing her true motives, and before the world she sits as a queen and a holy woman. And the Bible, when it speaks of woman, is talking about a church. So she sits as a church, but she is full of blasphemy. And she's at war with the government of God. And all these puppets, every Freemason, Illuminati puppets, are all at her disposal. Until next time, may the Lord be with you. And again, I am not a conspiracy theorist. I am a pastor that sees the wolves, and I am warning you from the rooftop where they at. And they right here in front of you. And do you love to have it so? If you do, cut it off. Because the wicked will receive their reward at the coming of King Jesus. Peace. Please subscribe to the Pastor's Chronicles. Hit the subscription, hit the bell so you can get updates. And also I want to share with you my other page, because a lot of people say, Pastor, I get it. I appreciate everything you're doing, but we need some teaching, some gospel teachings. So if you look here, the Pastor Scott Hinton, this is the gospel message that I'm presenting. This is my other page. You can actually, if you go back to the Pastor's Chronicles and you scroll down, first you got to hit, if you're watching like a video or something like Snoop Dogg's Satanic Gospel album, you can click the Pastor's Chronicles. And then when you pick the Pastor's Chronicles, you scroll down, bam, there go Pastor Scott Hinton. Subscribe, hit the subscription there, or you can actually click on it and it'll take you to my other page, and there you will learn about the Bible. You'll have Bible studies and go deep into understanding the will of God. All right, may the Lord bless you, and share this message. And also check me out on tpchronicles.com. That's my platform, that's my website, so you can enjoy more of truths and read articles and things of that nature. All right. And you can also go to my church website, amcministries.com. amcministries.com. And it's kind of like my gospel channel. It goes a little deeper with Bible study. So subscribe to that too. All right. Peace.